This is Eversolo's brand new DMP-A6 Gen 2 music streamer, and it might just be the most complete digital audio device I've ever seen. The real question isn't what it can do, it's what it can't. In this video, I'll show you why the DMP-A6 Gen 2 could be your all-in-one, end-all, do-it-all solution, the ultimate hub for your entire music system. Hello and welcome, I'm Mike and this is Audio Architects, a place where you can relive those days where music mattered more than most things. If you enjoy the video, please feel free to smack that like button and subscribe to the channel so we can grow together. Real quick, if you guys like this t-shirt, I do sell them on my online shop. Check out the description below for some killer links. Eversolo has been on my radar for a little while now. They just arrived on the scene not too long ago. At first, I'll be the first to admit, I thought they were just another generic brand from a place that loves embracing that ocean of the same. But when I got the chance to go hands-on with the DMP-A6, everything changed. It gave me the opportunity to move past assumptions and actually form an opinion grounded in real-world experience. If there's one thing the A6 isn't lacking, it's features. I'm convinced this thing was designed to literally do it all. There are so many things going on that it would take me literally an hour to cover it all. So I'm going to try and go over the features I felt were just undeniable. One of the first things that just blew me away was the ability to install an NVMe drive right into the bottom of the unit. That means you can bring your entire music library over from your PC or even plug in an external CD-ROM drive to rip CDs directly to the internal storage. And yes, you can also play CDs straight from that drive through the A6 Gen 2. That's wild. In all my years of reviewing audio gear, I've never had a product show up at my doorstep and casually tell me it can do all that. And honestly, those two features alone sold me. From that point on, this thing could have had a throwaway DAC and an 8-bit display. I wouldn't have given a damn. This hit all my personal checkboxes and nailed what I have been wanting in a device for years. For the CD lovers here on my channel, this is a music streamer telling us it's okay. You can come play too. I love it. One of the key upgrades in the Gen 2 is the power supply. Eversolo replaced the old switching supply with an ultra-low noise linear power supply, and that's a big deal. It's a smart move to cut down on electrical noise, which is often introduced by cheaper switching supplies. Trust me, power supplies do matter, not just in the measurements, but sometimes even in the way a system can sound. Now, if you're one of those purists, the folks who love their music in formats most ears can barely tell apart, you'll be happy to know this thing handles DSD512 natively and decodes PCM up to 768 kilohertz at 32 bits. It's also Roon ready, and it plays nice with just about every music service out there. Plus, it supports a wide range of formats: DSD, MQA, FLAC, APE, WAVE, you know, all the important ones. Eversolo clearly set out to make this a universal hub for music lovers, no matter where your library lives, or what format you prefer. This device is ready to play it. When it comes to connectivity, it's fully loaded. What mattered most to me were the balanced XLR outputs to run directly into my amp, and it's got those, but you also get RCA outs, coax in and out, optical in and out, USB-A in and out, and USB-B in. Oh, an HDMI ARC if you're trying to bring your TV into the fold. This thing was built with the idea that whatever you're plugging in, it's more than ready for it. Now, to me, the most important part of all of this is the user interface, both on the device itself and in the app. Why? Because if Eversolo nails the UI, they're instantly leaps and bounds ahead of Hi-Fi Rose, whose interface, let's be honest, is an absolute dumpster fire. So, how was the UI? Spoiler alert. In a word, spectacular. It does exactly what it's supposed to do, and it does it smoothly and efficiently, both on the device and on the phone. After dealing with the Hi-Fi Rose's hot mess of a UI, I was seriously craving something just fresh, something that wouldn't make me want to throw my phone across the room. And Eversolo delivered. The interface is just clean, responsive, and just feels intuitive. The 10-band EQ is solid, and there's even a parametric EQ for those who want to really dial things in. Overall, I'm extremely impressed. In this setup, I'm using the A6 Gen 2 as a full front-end solution, streamer, DAC, and preamp, feeding directly into my custom-built Purify amplifier and out to my Aperion Audio Veris V8T concert towers. That's a signal path with minimal interference and no extra coloration, letting me hear exactly what this unit is capable of. And what I heard was confidence, a streamer that delivers a sound that's refined, articulate, and musically engaging across the board. When the source is solid, everything downstream just seems to fall into place. One thing I was genuinely curious about going into this review was the so-called Eversolo sound that I've been hearing whispers about. And I have to say, it's just why I try not to listen to people, it didn't disappoint. What I experienced was a neutral to warm tonal balance that managed to walk a fine line, detailed and precise, yet unmistakably musical. There's a subtle warmth in the mid-range that gives vocals a natural, almost analog presence, rich but not bloated. Instruments had room to breathe with excellent separation and layering that allowed complex arrangements to unfold effortlessly. It's not the kind of sterile, clinical sound you sometimes get with these cold digital front ends in this particular price bracket. Quite the opposite. Eversolo struck a balance that brings out the emotion in the music without sacrificing resolution. What really caught my attention was how well the A6 Gen 2 handled dynamic swings. Whether it was a delicate, jazz trio or a full-blown orchestral climax, the soundstage remained stable and wide with imaging that felt grounded and realistic. Each frequency band was presented with clarity and control. No one range dominated the others, just a cohesive, well-voiced performance. I went in half expecting a flat, kind of lifeless digital presentation, something I've unfortunately encountered far too often in this category, but Eversolo proved me wrong. This is a sound that invites long listening sessions, revealing details without fatiguing the ears. For a streamer at this price point, that's not just rare, it's just downright impressive. I am curious how it'll sound when I introduce an external DAC, perhaps for another video. I got a fresh new DAC on the way and I'm super excited to take it for a spin, so this might be a good opportunity. I have yet to come across a device that checks this many boxes. The real value here goes beyond its seemingly endless list of features. It's in the fact that something that looks this good, works this smoothly, and sounds this refined usually comes with a much steeper price tag. Eversolo is clearly onto something. If they keep innovating and releasing gear like this, they're carving out a seriously bright future for themselves. This is proof that you don't need to spend thousands to get a high-performance, all-in-one solution you'd actually be proud to own. At $899, the DMP-A6 Gen 2 is what I'd call a unicorn. One of those rare products where the value is obvious the moment you unbox it. You'd be crazy to ignore this one. Thank you for joining me today and for making it to the end. I would love to invite you to join the Patreon and become a legendary member. Anyone who supports my efforts is a legend in my book. So I want to thank all of you who've already supported me over the years. I feel like I'm finally catching my second wind with this channel. I've been dedicating quite a bit of time to my other channel, Dream and Digital. So if you're a hardcore fan here, definitely go there and subscribe to that. I'll leave links to not only the products we discussed today and everything else down below. If you enjoyed the video today, I humbly ask that you subscribe to the channel so we can all grow together, and go party with the like button. Don't forget to ring the bell to get notified every time a new video is born. Thanks for watching, my friends. Take care.